What's up guys, my name is Liam and today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Ume. This is a woven control mouse pad with solid performance. So how does it stack up against the competition, and more importantly, is this going to be the perfect gaming mouse pad for you? Let's check it out. Before we get started today, I did want to let you know this was sent out to me. However, everything you'll be hearing in this video is going to be my own words and my own opinions. This did arrive to my front door in this tube style packaging. So it was rolled up, but as I unrolled it, I don't notice any issues with it laying flat on my desk. The dimensions are coming in at 490 millimeters in width by 420 millimeters in height. And this is sitting at 4.5 millimeters in thickness. It is featuring this PU base. I've talked about these a lot recently. You can pick this up in either a soft or an soft version. I do believe that this is the soft version because it does feel a little bit more on the firm end. So though it is plush and you can push into it, it doesn't feel like it's too sinky or anything like that on your mouse as you're using it. The stitching also looks like it was done really well, and it does sit below the surface. And the filling on the surface, you do notice a little bit of a texture there along the x-axis, but you do feel a bit more of a heavier feeling of texture along the y. As I was testing this out, it did seem to me like the y-axis there was a little bit more friction, so it seemed a little bit slower to me. So though it is not a big difference between the two, it is something that I did slightly notice. And when it comes to performance, even though I would categorize this as a control pad, I can see how some users might consider this even more of a balance pad. I would say it is absolutely on the slower end though. So to show you guys kind of what I'm talking about, first off, I will compare it to the brand new Vaxee PE Kumo. The speed and the glide between both of these really not that far apart from one another, though these pads do feel pretty different from one another due to the fact that the PE base does feel a lot more firm, feels closer to a mid-style base. This one does feel a bit more plush. But with the Vaxee over here, you do notice a bit more of the static friction when going back and forth and making your micro adjustments. So I do feel like this does offer greater stopping power, and all around it does feel just a little bit more controlled when you're using it compared to this one. It just feels a little bit looser down here. But like I said, the dynamic of these really close. So let's go ahead and throw up the speed test comparison between both of them. And then next up, when comparing it to the Artisan Type 99, in all honesty, both these pads, they feel really different from one another. And the reason being is kind of what I've been saying with this having a lower static friction. The Type 99 to me, it does have a much higher static friction, so you do notice, much more control down when you're making the micro adjustments, or even when you're coming to a stop, or even going from a stop to start gliding again. This does feel a lot more controlled. But just talking about in terms of the overall glide across the surface when it comes to the dynamic friction, so they're really similar. Let's go ahead and drop the speed test comparison between both of them. All right, and lastly, I'll go and throw up a quick montage of just some of the most recent and most popular mouse pads that I've tested recently, going from fastest down to slowest. I'll even do a replay of the Type 99 in there and the Vaxee PE Kumo, just kind of give you guys an idea on where I find that this sits. Alright guys, so that about wraps things up on the Ume, and I do feel like the performance on this has held up and been pretty consistent for me. So if the style of this is something that looks intriguing to you, and even the performance seems to fall in line with something that you're looking for, this has been a really good pad to use. And the build on this does feel good and has been holding up really well. So if you guys have any questions or feel like I left anything out, please let me know down in the comments below. If you've enjoyed watching this video and are interested in seeing more videos like this in the future, please drop this video a like and subscribe to my channel. And thank you guys so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.